Everything all right, ma'am?
No. My son has come down with a strange illness. He's been ill for a week, and no matter what I do, it just seems to get worse.
That's not good. Any idea what's causing it?
No. He went out to play with the other children like he usually does, and when he came home, he was sick.
Something must have happened to him out there.
You will?
Of course.
Meddlesome as always, I see. Shall we begin by questioning the children?
Sounds like a plan to me.
I suppose all children are precious to their own parents.
Yeah.
But if the cause of the illness is a mystery, then we have little way to search for a cure.
Well, you're smart. Come up with something.
Perhaps we should speak with the local children.
Why would kids know when the adults don't?
Even the oldest adult in the world is but a child to my eyes.
Hey, you don't happen to know where my boyfriend is, do you?
Sorry, lady. No idea.
Right, of course you don't. I'm so silly sometimes. See, my boyfriend just up and vanished 5 years ago. I keep waiting for him, but I have no idea where he went or if he's even... Hey, wait! You're that kid who does whatever people ask him to do, right? Well then, go find my boyfriend.
Well, people usually ask nicely. And I have no idea what your boyfriend looks like, much less where to find him.
Well, he always wears this flashy gold necklace, so maybe you can start there.
And so we find ourselves off on a hunt for a man with a golden necklace. Not exactly the strongest of possible leads.
Hey, you. You ever seen a treasure map before?
A treasure map?
Yeah, a treasure map. You know, a map that shows you where to find buried treasure. I'm collecting them. My lifelong dream is to one day roll naked in a pile of sweet, sweet treasure.
That's an interesting dream.
So that's why I'm looking for a new treasure map or two. If you find one, bring it on over to me, all right?
Sure thing. I guess I should know where to look for a treasure map before telling the guy sure thing.
One could hardly expect to stumble across such a thing lying on the ground. Perhaps we should look for a place where old documents are stored.
Old documents, huh?
Say, are you available to discuss a certain sensitive matter?
What is it?
People are saying a shade has managed to enter our village. I was hoping you could track it down.
This isn't a very big place. Wouldn't we have seen it by now?
I had my own doubts at first, but there have been too many witnesses for me to ignore this matter any longer.
I saw a really scary monster.
She saw it too?
Apparently. I can't say for sure who's seen it or not.
I saw the monster right around here.
You did, huh? Can you tell me what the monster looked like?
It was over at the river, and it was huge and scary. I didn't like it.
Over by the river, huh? Let's go take a look.
The foul tendrils of the shades have finally extended into this village.
Fine. Then we find him and kill him.
Will it be...
Oh sure, the guy with the necklace? I don't know where he is now, but I've heard some pretty sordid tales about him.
What do you mean?
Would you be able to simply slaughter the people you lived amongst for so many years? Would you truly murder friends if you suspected them of being shades?
I wouldn't have a choice. Jonas not coming back to a village full of those things.
When the time comes, I pray you can follow through.
Some kids like to play in the northern forest. We're not supposed to know, but everybody does. Man, I wish I could go there.
The forest totally cursed him. That's why he's sick. Everyone told him not to play in there, but he did anyway. I heard there's a scary curse on all the forests in the world. And the bigger the forest, the scarier the curse.
It appears something happened to the child when he entered the northern woods. I believe that area is more commonly known as the Forest of Myth.
You think there's actually a forest curse?
I will withhold judgment on such things. For now, we should visit the place and see for ourselves.
All right, to the Forest of Myth then.
Oh, it's you, eh? Well, we're all counting on you.
Hey, buddy. You know a place called the Lost Shrine?
Yeah, I know it.
Listen, I'm what's called a botanist. That means I study plants. This is all probably way over your head, but just bear with me, all right, buddy? Anyway, this Lost Shrine place supposedly contains a very rare tree, and I'm looking for someone to go there and borrow a piece of its root. What do you think? Come on, buddy. It's just one little piece of root.
I'll do it. You have to stop calling me buddy.
We've got the latest... Thanks.
Hey, it's been a while. How are you?
Great, thanks. My Fresias are selling like hotcakes.
Good to hear. But, hey, who's that?
That's my wife and son.
Wait, you got married?
Yeah, I decided it was time to move on. By the way, are you looking for work?
Always. What do you need?
I have a customer in Facade who needs a Fresia, and I was hoping you'd make the delivery. My customer runs the material shop over there. I know it's a bit out of the way, but...
It's no big deal.
Thanks.
Hey, you got time to help me with something?
Go on.
I need you to buy a kitchen knife from Two Brothers Weaponry and bring it back to me. I'm willing to pay a handsome sum for it.
Why not just buy one here in town? Why go to such lengths for a mere household utensil?
Absolutely not. The knife must come from the junk heap. I'll pay whatever it takes.
Well, if you say so.
Thanks. When you bring me the knife, I'll give you the money.
This time I need 3 sandfish. It's a tricky devil that lives in the oceans of sand. You can catch it over near the wharf.
Hey, I know you. You're that kid who takes any job, no matter how weird or demeaning.
Not really how I'd phrase it, but okay.
I've got a merchant ship that needs some repairs. Think you can round up some materials for me? I need 5 logs, 20 deaded metal boards, and 10 stripped bolts. I'd ask if you're up for it, but I know you are.
That hardly seems necessary. A trading business, huh?
Is something the matter?
No, it's just that... Well, I've never left this area. It's got me wondering what it would be like to visit another country. I'd love to take Yona on a trip like that sometime.
And someday you shall.
I will. I'm sure of it.
Excuse me, sir?
You mean me?
Yes, yes. People have been talking. They say you're a very adept freelance agent. I'm a jeweler by trade, you see, and I'm currently in search of a precious gem known as the Mermaid Tear. Have you ever heard of it?
I don't know much about jewelry, sorry.
Well then, let me tell you, I believe the tier to be located somewhere in this very town. I know I'm close, so very close.
This seems like more than just a business transaction for you.
You see to the core of me, sir. The mermaid tear is one of my family's most precious heirlooms. My uncle was the previous possessor, but upon his death some 50 years ago, the jewel vanished without a trace. During the course of my research, I discovered that he once sent the jewel to this very town.
Well, if it's that important, I'd be willing to help.
1,000 thank yous, good sir. The assistance of a local such as yourself will surely make the search that much more fruitful.
Not a problem.
The economy's not doing so well these days.
The mermaid tier? Never heard of it. The lighthouse lady would have been the one to ask. She knew everything about precious stones.
That old woman, is it?
Yep.
Perhaps a visit to her home is in order.
Oh, it's you. I've heard a great many stories about you. Making quite the name for yourself,
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Oh, no need to be so modest. After all, I may have a job for someone with your particular talents.
I'm listening.
I need you to retrieve 3 crates of particular import from a ship that was wrecked at sea. This cargo has likely washed ashore on all the far-flung corners of the world, so it will be a task of some difficulty. Can I count on your assistance?
Sure, no problem.
Ah, excellent, excellent. Oh, and whatever you do, you must not unseal the cargo.
Well, now I'm curious. Why can't I open it?
I was shipping some rather unique products. If you were to see them, it might place me in something of a dilemma.
Hey, it's your money. You don't want me to look? Fine.
Hey, you got a moment? You used to be friends with the lighthouse lady, right?
As I remember it, we basically hated each other.
Oh, well, you at least talked to her, right? Could I ask you a favor?
What is it?
The lighthouse is in good shape now, but it's going to wear out eventually. We'd like to have replacement parts ready. You think you could get the parts from the junk heap for me? I'm sure the lighthouse lady would be appreciative, wherever she is.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, thank you. I think we'll need 10 broken lenses and 10 broken batteries. While you're at it, 10 mysterious switches would be nice too.
There are 2 letters here for the lighthouse lady. According to the postmark, they're 50 years old. Didn't that jeweler say the mermaid tear was lost 50 years ago?
It may be more than mere coincidence. It may behoove us to sneak a look inside these letters.
Well, I suppose it can't hurt. Here's the first letter. I am enclosing the mermaid tear with my next letter. It is the only thing I have found in this world that can hope to compare to your beauty. And here's the second one. My dearest, I fear I cannot send the mermaid tear at this time. I hope you can forgive me for this terrible slight. So the mermaid tear was supposed to go to the lighthouse lady, but never made it.
And yet the tear is no longer with its original owner. What can we conclude from this?
Well, the second letter was sent from Seafront, which means the postman's father had started writing letters by that time.
Which means the jewel must have made its way to this town. Ah, but I smell a rat. To the post office!
Haven't fished in a while, huh?
I am amazed you have not yet grown weary of it.
Not really, no. There's just something about catching a fish that makes you feel alive.
Perhaps you are forgetting the reason you went fishing in the first place.
Look, everyone needs a break sometimes. Sure, I guess. Why? If I can track them down, they're all yours. Hi there. Do you carry axles and paddleboards? Oh, great. So, how much do you need? Gotcha. I'll be back in a bit.
Water wheels are great, but they're a pain in the butt to maintain.
In the past, humans harnessed different methods to provide energy.
Like what?
One such method was achieved through the intricate compounding of iron and fire.
Wow. What did they do with that?
Oh, a great many things. It could be used to power large iron crates called trains, or illuminate whole cities against the dark of night.
Huh. Yeah, no thanks.
Why not?
Who wants to move a big iron crate? And how am I supposed to sleep if it's all bright outside?
Well, I suppose if you wish to look at it that way.
Besides, my life is lots of fun already.
If more people were like you, Emil, this world might not be half bad. Hey, you expecting a Frisia? Memories of what? Oh, then I suppose I should tell you.
Can't believe she's become a shade.
How terrifyingly cruel.
Should we tell the man that his girlfriend is a shade now?
I honestly don't know. What kind of work? I can do that. I've got your things.
What manner of ceremony is this mask for?
That's a pretty specialized mask. What is it?
And what, pray tell?
Yeah, I saw something like that.
Is this another rule?
In that case, I'm happy to accept. We took out the second floor shades.
Thanks much. Now I can make my weapons even more powerful and kill even more robots.
Aren't you concerned about the shades? I mean, one of those things killed your brother after all.
No, they didn't. Liar! Robots killed my brother, not shades. Big, nasty robots. Squashed him like a bug. Gonna kill the robots. Rip them all up. Isn't that right, Jacob? Right?
I fear the lad's mind is gone. He seems capable of nothing but hate for those mindless mechanical automatons.
Hey, you carry kitchen knives?
Sorry, we're out of stock. Don't even have the materials to make one.
Are these materials something I could get?
Sure. I just need 10 titanium alloys. You can get them from some of those stupid robots.
Got it. I'll be back. Yeah, I don't know. Doesn't look like a shade was ever here.
Perhaps the young lass misremembered the location.
Yeah, maybe. Kids aren't so great at stuff like that. Let's go ask her again. We went over to where you saw the monster, but we couldn't find anything. Are you sure you saw it by the river?
Oh, I remember now. I saw it in the square in front of the library.
Okay. Let's go check it out.
Curse these tired old bones.
There's nothing here. Guess the kid was wrong again.
Oh, this is a fool's errand. Even a young girl could hardly confuse a library gate with a river. Perhaps we should ask some of the other villagers.
Yeah, I guess.
Another hunter has gone missing. I'm so worried about my husband.
Shade. Oh, yes, I saw it. Gave me quite a start, let me tell you. Strange thing was, it seemed to be accompanied by a child.
I saw something near the shopping district that kinda sorta looked like a shade. You know, if you squinted.
I saw a big scary monster at the square in front of the southern gate.
Oh sure, the guy with the necklace?
Shade. Oh, yes,
Guy with the gold necklace, eh?
Forrest.
Some kids like to play in the northern forest. We're not supposed.
I think I saw a shade a few days ago, but I can't be sure. Whatever I saw, it wasn't much bigger than a kid.
The girl's story is not agreeing very well with the rest of the villagers' testimony. I think we should question her a bit further. Something is amiss.
How do you mean?
We are being lied to.
You think? Why?
I cannot say. Perhaps it is but an honest mistake. Or perhaps there is a good reason for the lie.
Listen, I'm not angry, but I need you to tell me the truth. Why did you lie about the shade?
I'm not lying. I saw it. It was big and scary and big.
Tell us this, then. In which location did you not see the shade?
You're weird. But, I guess I didn't see it near the northern gate or on the hill to the west.
I knew it. This is what I was talking about.
Man, bushed.
There it is. That kid must have been trying to protect it.
A touching story, but humans and shades cannot coexist. We'd best defeat this monster while we can.
Agreed. It's dead. Let's go back to the client.
Thanks so much. I was having trouble sleeping knowing there were shades in our very town.
He's not here. I wonder where he went.
I got that titanium alloy you wanted.
Great. I'll get to work on the knife right away. There you go. One world-famous junk heap kitchen knife.
World famous, huh?
Vegetable or bone, nothing cuts better. It's based off a design from my father.
Your father cooked?
Yeah, he did pretty much all the cooking. All Mom could do was bake bread. I sure miss those days.
Here's your stuff.
Much appreciated. Now I can get back to business. Here's some gold. I'll let you know as soon as I need my floor swept or a toilet cleaned.
Here's your fish.
Well, keelhaul my granny and call me Gladys. I reckon there ain't much left for me to teach you, whippersnapper.
Works for me. I can't take much more of your insane training anyway.
You call that insane? Pah! You younger generations with your big swords and baggy pants and fancy talk, you ain't seen war. You got no idea what hard means.
Did you see that move he just did?
That was no fishing move, but the maneuver of a master assassin. I am beginning to fear this man more than any shade.
This time I need 3 royal fish. And time's a-wasting, so get to it.
Here's the knife you wanted.
Thank you. How's Gideon getting along, by the way?
What do you mean?
Well, you know, he doesn't have a father and all. I was just wondering if he was doing all right.
The lad travels a hard and lonely road, but he seems to be making a decent life for himself.
That's good to hear.
Is something going on here?
No. Anyway, here's your reward.
I delivered that freezer for you.
Hey, thanks. Here's your fee.
Listen, this isn't going to be easy, but I think you have a right to know.
What? No. Oh, no.
I am sorry.
If I would have just called her over here sooner.
Probably best to leave the poor man be for now.
Yeah. We're back with all the stuff you needed.
Let me see. Yep, that's all of it. Here's your payment.
Wow, this is more than I was expecting.
Yeah, well, I really appreciate all the effort you went to.
Don't insult the man, lad. Take his profit payment and be grateful.
Okay. Thanks for the gold.
Hey, remember that book you found for me? Well, there's another recipe that piqued my interest. Would you mind helping me out again?
What are you making now?
Broiled catfish served over rice. I just need 10 giant catfish and 10 bags of rice. Think you can help me out?
Vice, are there any recipes written inside you?
How dare you compare me to a common cookbook? There is no room within my pages for such trivial matters.
I wonder if I've beaten that old fisherman yet.
One wonders how talented a fisherman he actually is.
You saw that chip on his shoulder. He must be amazing.
Have you actually seen him in action?
No.
Well, off to fishing then.
Yep. Check it out. I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Well, dip my oar and call me Cecil. Looks like the fisher boy has become a fisherman. But do you think you can push me off of my spot? Come on. on, let's go! And I'm just using my left hand.
I think we've moved beyond fishing at this point.
I got something special for you this time. Go out there and catch me 2 blue marlin.
How is that special?
Only ever caught one once myself. Bring me those fish, and I'll call ya Master Fisherman for true.
These the fish you wanted?
Well, I'll be. Never thought I'd see the day. Well done. Well, I taught you everything I know, but that don't...
I'm gonna give it my all this time.
Have you been holding back?
No! I always give it my all!
Shh! You are scaring them away.
These the fish you wanted?
Well, I'll be. Never thought I'd see the day. Well done, Master Fisherman. Seems I've but one technique left to teach you. Well, I taught you everything I know, but that don't mean you can stop learning. It's a big world out there, with fish the likes of which no man has ever seen. You know, I reckon you might just have what it takes to catch the fish, the Hyneria.
The Hyneria?
No man has ever hooked a Hyneria and lived to tell the tale. If you can do it, then you're a fisherman beyond even my own skill.
The strange presence has left the divine tree. But it made me think, I mean, why are we worshipping a tree? That's odd, right? Sometimes I wonder why we do any of the things we do. Oh, that reminds me. I have a rather interesting story for you. Would you care to hear it? The strange, but it, oh,
Wait, what? A man with a gold necklace?
You know him?
You bet I do. Goddamn bastard ran off with my wife.
Wait a minute. I thought he had a girlfriend.
If you find him, bring him back here so I can murder the bastard.
Sure, I'll consider that. Listen, do you know where he went?
Last I heard, someone saw him in Seafront. Goddamn bastard. I can't even bear to look at my wife anymore.
Guess it's back to Seafront for us.
Oh, yeah. That guy came into town selling a bunch of counterfeit merchandise. Don't know how he found buyers for that junk, but apparently he did.
Everything seems normal here.
We appear to have hit a dead end. Say, what is that on the ground?
Just some funny-looking berries.
Ah, poisonous ones, I'd wager.
Well, I'm sure not gonna eat them and find out.
You guys solved the mystery yet?
No, we got nothing.
Too bad. Hey, what's with those berries?
What, these? We picked them up over by that huge tree. I thought maybe...
Gimme. I'm starving.
Are you mad? Those berries are clearly poisonous. Even one such as you can't hope to...
Damn, these are delicious. Give me more.
Well, in that case, I suppose I should try one. I think Vice was right about those berries. Feels like somebody stabbed me in the gut.
Hey, what's wrong? Oh no, don't tell me you ate one of those berries. The love of trees, those things are deadly. Quick, take this antidote before you perish.
Thought I was a goner there.
You an idiot? Didn't you see the lumps? The unusual colors? Only a child would attempt to eat something like that.
A child? Oh, crap. I bet that kid ate one of these berries.
Yes, quite possibly. And if the poison is this painful for you, I can only imagine what it would do to a small child.
Hey, Kaine, did you take the antidote?
Don't need it. God, those berries were amazing.
The truly amazing thing is that your stomach is fouler than your taste in clothing.
If you had genitals, I would so chop them off right now.
Ugh, this poison sucks. Still can't feel my arms and legs.
I feel great.
Man, you must have a cast iron stomach, Kaine.
The hussy's internal organs are as filthy as her mouth.
Why do you have to be such a shithead all the time, Book?
Ma'am, I think your child ate a poisoned berry. If you give him this antidote, he should recover.
Oh, thank you. I'll have him take it right away.
Glad to hear it.
And perhaps remind him not to eat foodstuffs he finds on the ground.
The man with the necklace? Oh, I know him. I know him very well, if you get my meaning. Growl. Truth be told, I haven't seen him for almost 5 years. But I know he's coming back to me.
That's a really long time. You don't think maybe...
He promised he'd come back, and he will. He was honest, and he loved me. Not like that old husband of mine, let me tell you.
This man seems to have quite the gift for swindle.
Sure seems like it.
Sure did. Mom used to spend a lot of time with him.
Oh no. Don't tell me he's the guy we found with their mom in the junk heap.
Sorry, what?
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
We can hardly keep this a secret from all parties, and yet I can't imagine how to begin telling them.
Hey, I tracked down your boyfriend.
You did? Where is he?
I'm sorry to tell you this, but he's dead. We found his body 5 years ago in the junk heap.
case. It's the only thing that could explain him not contacting me for so long. Thanks. I think I can move on with my life now. Here's a little gift for you. I appreciate you doing all that legwork for me.
So this is my last lesson.
Has that old fisherman actually taught you anything of use so far?
Well, the art of perseverance?
I'd hardly credit him with that.
Well, I guess that's it.
This fishing certainly is fun.
Yeah, I'm grateful for everything the old fisherman taught me. Here we go. Is this enough?
됐어. 도르타테. 기카스치. 게르토데 키라스 오치스자카이토.
Sure, I'll let her know. The parts are on the way, but it's gonna take a little while. The guy said he'd bring them to you when they're ready.
That's great. I found someone to do the repair work, so we should be in business. Here, I've got a little reward for all your hard work.
The village fountain is starting to break down. Sometimes it won't put out any water at all.
I would speculate that the source of the problem lies in the fountain's pump.
That's my guess, too. I heard you had parts made for the water wheel, so I'm hoping you could do the same for the fountain.
Sure, why not? I'll look into it next time I'm in Facade. I've got your gear.
Thanks a bunch. Here's your payment. The old lady's gone now, but we need to keep this lighthouse going.
I have your ingredients.
Right then, here's your payment. And now let me whip this up. All right, dig in. How is it?
It's delicious. I just wish I could share it with Yona.
Woo! We've got another item for the menu.
I'll definitely try to stop by again. Good luck.
Master Emile, terribly sorry to disturb you, but I fear we have a situation.
What is it, Sebastian?
I was attempting to tidy up the study earlier, only to find that it has been occupied by a shade.
Shades really seem to love this place, huh? I take it you want us to kill the thing?
That may not be necessary, sir. It's not causing any trouble. It is simply sitting in the study.
It didn't attack you?
It did not, sir.
Well, I don't care if it's wearing a tuxedo and drinking a cocktail. If it's a shade, I'm gonna kill it. This must be the friendly shade. Still, a shade is a shade. Let's get rid of it.
Who told you you could live in my home?
I'll crush you like a bug.
Please be careful.
This is a rather tough nut to crack.
Oh, I'll crack it one way or the other. We killed that shade in the study. It was pretty tough.
Excellently done, sir. And now I must insist that you take this payment. Where do all the shades in this manor come from, anyway? Welcome back, Master Emile.
Hello, Sebastian. I'm glad you're doing well.
Is something the matter, Butler?
I am searching, sir, for a way to restore Master Emile's body to its previous state.
Oh, Sebastian.
Regrettably, the above-ground archives are somewhat limited. According to my information, the records related to Master Emile are stored on the second basement floor. Things would be easier if I could delve into the manor's underground research facilities, but what with all the creatures there...
You want us to go down there and take out some shades?
Oh, no. I can't let you do that for me.
Emile, cut it out. We're friends. This is what friends do. What's this?
It appears to be a list of names and addresses. Perhaps they were employed at the laboratory. The text is half faded, but I see one woman used to live in a coastal town.
A coastal town? They must mean seafront.
The woman is most likely dead by now, but perhaps a search of her home will turn up something.
Maybe we'll learn something about Emile over in seafront. Hey, mind if I ask you something?
Not at all.
Did anyone in your family ever do weapon research? Anything like that?
Yeah, actually, I think one of my older relatives used to do something like that. Why are you asking me this?
I'm looking into some of her research. You have any old records or anything?
Oh, man. Maybe? I don't know. If you hold on, I'll go take a look. Sorry about that. This is all I could find.
It's a letter. How curious. It is written in a language I do not recognize.
Yeah, we never could figure out what this was about. But it was important, whatever it was. She kept this thing under lock and key at all times.
It might be some kind of code that we can decipher back at the lab. You mind if we take this?
Go ahead. We've just been keeping it around because we don't know what else to do with it.
Let's go back and show this to the butler.
It appears to be encrypted.
Oh, yeah?
It begins with Dearest Emile, and then... Why, this appears to be a message for you, Master Emile.
A letter, is it?
To me?
Dearest Emile, you do not know me, but I know you. My research has twisted your life in unfathomable ways. I tried to make up for this by serving as your mother. But I know now that my efforts fell woefully short. I would have done anything to save you from this fate. And you...
I remember her now. Hundreds of years ago, there was a woman who watched over me and my sister. The other scientists treated us like lab rats. But that woman, she was really nice. I think she kind of made me what I am today.
Your mother, huh?
You know, I didn't find a way to fix my body, but I don't care anymore. This letter helps me remember my mother, and that means more to me than anything.
Hey, now I need a pump for a water fountain. Got anything like that?
とずいさカスザッチこれ撤退ずいたザタララスレクよりとさらテザサリクセゾ
What do you need?
ロットとサラデシュルレタータギッソ
Alright, I'm on it. I got what you need.
サチレタータとレタセールタチザサルサおせちタリク
I'll let him know. They'll deliver the pump as soon as it's ready.
Thanks much. Here's a little something, just because I care.
This book is pretty beat up.
As a fellow tome, I find this a sad sight to behold. When will books receive the respect they deserve?
Calm down. I'm sure it had a happy life. Let's see here. Hey, is this a map?
It is, and one with many unusual markings at that. Perhaps this is a treasure map like that fellow was referring to earlier.
Yeah, but it's so damaged I can't make heads or tails of it.
I wager the damaged sections can be repaired. Perhaps the Facade Strange Things store would be able to assist us.
Worth a shot. Hey, can you fix damaged books?
ルチクザサルトとトザ
And what would those materials be?
シサヤラカンサとタクカンサヤーリジとセザワ
I got the materials you needed. Not that I have any idea how they're supposed to be helpful.
サチサリキサデレ避けてタクで行ってヤーリジとで来たれさっきレク
Hey, this looks great. Let's get it back to the client.
I suppose there are graver concerns these days than the health of one elderly woman.
Is your husband around? I have something for him.
Sorry, he's out shopping for weapons right now.
Oh, all right. Well, can you give him this book?
Fine.
If I may, madam, what is it about our transaction that has you so dissatisfied?
This is another map, isn't it? Well, as soon as he sees it, he's going to run off on some fool treasure hunt again. One of these days, he's going to get himself killed.
I understand. I know what it's like to worry about someone.
I don't suppose... Look, is there any way you can find this treasure? If you can track it down and bring it to my husband, that would be enough to satisfy his curiosity.
I think we can do that. But first, we gotta figure out where this map leads.
That seems like Popola's area of expertise. Perhaps she has some advice for us.
Yeah, let's go talk to her.
Surely you are aware that meddling in the affairs of a married couple will accomplish nothing.
Look, I took on a job and I'm gonna see it through.
Your sense of duty is positively breathtaking.
Hey, I know what it feels like to worry about family. If we can keep others out of danger by handling stuff like this, I'm all for it.
It is a tremendous burden. And yet I cannot say I dislike that way of thinking.
Hey, got a minute? I have a map I need your help with.
Sure. What kind of map?
Here, let me show you.
This looks like a map of the Lost Shrine. Apparently, this leads to some unidentified object of great importance. It also talks about a hidden room in the Lost Shrine where sunlight doesn't reach. I'd bet that's where your secret treasure is hiding.
A hidden room in the Lost Shrine, huh? Thanks for the help.
Oh, not at all. Glad to be of service.
I've got your seats. I look forward to seeing your desert flowers.
白いたたか、避けるようり打ち、ザウニク。